one of the key roles that capital markets play is mobilizing investment to catalyze economic growth and helping citizens in sharing the benefits of our economic prosperity, what we always call, and I want to borrow your own word, democratizing wealth. When you hear people saying that, yes, economy is growing, but it's in the hands or the pockets of a few, it's because the capital markets is not inclusive enough to accommodate as many people as possible. And I think the initiative we are taking today is clearly a demonstration of how then to expand the space and democratize wealth and be more inclusive. So the National Treasury will continue to come up with policies under your guidance to contribute to the growth of the robust and efficient capital markets that can more effectively play their role as engines of economic growth and broad prosperity. Expanding the group of people who have the ability to invest is central to realizing the full potential or power of our capital markets. It means, one, that capital will be available for those who are seeking it, and also it means that people who will be able to share in the potential economic upside of the return generated by that capital being put to use. So the two sides will both benefit. Your Excellency, allow me to commend the Capital Markets Authority for their lead in supporting regulatory frameworks and market-led innovations that make it easy for individuals to access efficient and attractive ways to deepen our capital markets. I am very excited with the developments we are making on the setup of our National Infrastructure Fund. So investment funds have been and will continue to be a cornerstone of enabling wide-ranging investor participation in capital markets. Your Excellency, I know that governments have a central role to play in enabling and encouraging investor participation in markets, from specific incentives to save and invest for the long term to regulatory frameworks that give meaningful access to a diverse range of investment options. That is why the ZD product developed by Safaricom and NSE is most welcome. As I draw to a close, I want to mention that markets work best when they function in the interest of both providers of capital, that is the savers, and also the users of capital. So for it to work, it must be a win-win situation. And that is why sometimes I need to be forgiven when I tell off and use some unkind words to some individuals who are applying pedestrian economics. They seem not to appreciate and respect the principles of capital markets. And sometimes I find it difficult to forgive them. So, Your Excellency, when you see me a bit rough on them, you'll understand. But let me conclude by also echoing what the chairman of NSC said, that economic performance are in numbers, and you'll see it. And you cannot twist those numbers, and you cannot politicize the numbers, because they are there to be seen. If in 2022, Your Excellency, when you took over the leadership, our market capitalization was at 1.2 trillion. That's a fact. And if it is today 3 trillion, it's also a fact. Or is over 3 trillion. So if from 2022, since independence to 2022 is 1.2, and now it is 3 years into your presidency, and then someone is saying you have not done well as a president, you want to ask how the else would the government perform? Because the performance of the economy is reflected in many, many ways, and one of them is the capital markets. If you have a strong, resilient capital market, it means people have confidence in that economy and they're investing. No one will invest in an economy where they don't have confidence in. And these are both foreign and local investors. And by the way, we are seeing, despite the noise that you see around in funerals and other places, and they have now included the churches, unfortunately, Kenyans have confidence in their economy because you see more local investment coming in to the capital market. So, Your Excellency, and I'm not saying this because I'm a sycophant, I'm just saying the truth. And the truth is that this economy is doing much better. Two more things. Your Excellency,